Hello, hello, hello. Hi, this is High Priestess Jamila at the Witching Hour. How y'all been doing today? So I am making me a little midnight snack, and I'm in the kitchen when I feel inspired to come and speak. First of all, I want to say to all of my spiritual brothers and sisters, let's put it like that. A lot of y'all are doing yourself a disservice for continuing to work quote unquote regular jobs. A lot of you are, especially the psychic and empaths, and then some of you empaths. Okay. Some people, there's a lot of people that are able to work those jobs without breaking down, without being stressed out, without having issues, but many of you are going to continue to have issues. I know because I tortured myself in the workforce for the first 30-something years of my life. Okay. And regardless to what people say to you, regardless to the negativity you are trapped at that job, the reason why you have a problem with anybody that might have their own business is because you need to get out of that job and work for yourself and stop being scared. You'll be free. Your kundalini will rise. You'll be making more money. Okay, I worked for 30-something years, and it was funny. I'll never do it again. Okay, you know, I can tell you that with my income that I make working for myself, I would never go back. Never. So you got to make that choice instead of torturing yourself. Many of you guys, for example, most jobs you have to be there at a certain time. If you are a witch or a healer or an empath, yeah, that don't work. There's a lot of people that can do that. They just, they can clock in. Just accept it. Here's what my spirits, well, they didn't even have to tell me, but I tell a lot of people this. Stop trying to fit into something that it wasn't meant for you to fit into. Okay? Can I do a tort reading? Oh. I can't believe I only have one in the chat. YouTube is kind of shadow banning me today a little bit. Interesting. Now, you guys that didn't get the notification will see this tomorrow, hopefully. And then also, YouTube doesn't send out my notifications. Okay. So that's why I tell people on here, you got people on here, in my opinion, that are not real spiritualists. And of course, being a witch is going to automatically make you a target. They already don't like us witches, They don't like any witches. They just pick and choose who they pick on. Okay. Tarot. You still didn't spell it right. No, I'm not doing any readings today. I'm busy doing work for a client. So I'm not doing any readings like right now, probably tomorrow sometime. Yeah, some of y'all ain't meant to do that. That's why you get overwhelmed. That's why you start getting burned out. That's why you start getting sick. And then you say, oh, and of course they're going to want to give you health insurance. Of course, that should be a benefit of that job. You know why? Because you're going to have health problems. Okay, unless you are spiritually grounding yourself. Okay, and I think it's kind of ridiculous that we still have humans doing jobs that robots should be doing. Hold on a second. Eggs, so you got an egg on that too. So you want some milk, Jake? I guess not. He never wants milk when I offer it to him. A lot of y'all ain't meant to do that. A lot of y'all it's meant for you to do something else. I've noticed people trying to shame entrepreneurs on here. It's like, really? Like, mm, yeah. Don't go apart. Don't go along with that crowd. Don't be that person. Okay, seriously. I don't know how I only have one person watching, but they are shadow banning the hell out of me. They like, look, Jamila, we gotta get as many slaves as possible, Jamila. We gotta get as many as possible. Yeah, they always do that to me because corporations own YouTube, and they use their powers that be, but my spirits will show up and show out, and people will get the notifications. So, yeah. And, to be honest with you, I feel that a lot of y'all are just going to worry yourselves half to death. You just want to fit in, especially if you're a baby witch. You just want to fit in, or you may be lost or something, or, and you're having problems, and it's always some damn office politics going on. It's always some crap. When they ready to give you a raise, they only want to give you a 50-cent raise. I think it's ridiculous. Then a lot of y'all are not making as much money as you need. You don't have what you need because you keep working that job. That job ain't gonna never pay you what you're worth. They're not. They only gonna pay like upper level management, okay? They ain't gonna pay you nothing. So yeah, I think I cleared. I was very happy with my income last year, and I'm going to be even happier this year. And that's because I work for myself. Now, I spend a lot of, when you have children, you spend your money on your children. So nobody's saying that I'm rich by any means, but why the hell would I choose working for somebody else, taking their crap, over running my own company? Why would I do that? And I'll never do it. I'll never do it. Okay. Not ever. I did it for 30 something years of my life, and I'm not going to do it anymore. Okay. I went through a lot of different things being an empath. And I'm very, very, very sensitive. Very, very, very sensitive. And I can tell that many of you guys, y'all backs are hurting. Y'all stomachs are hurting. You laying there trying to force yourself to go to sleep, but you can't. Because you got to be up at 6 o'clock, and you ain't going to go to sleep till 6 o'clock. Then you're going to wake up and go and overwork yourself and not get paid. And then you also got to absorb everybody's bad energy. You're just slaves on those jobs. And that's the freaking truth. And I'm going to speak the truth. Because I saw some folks yesterday and they was like, oh, she needs to get a job. Oh, honey. Oh, but no. Yeah, no. Hell no. Hell no. Man, y'all crazy. And then see, is Ibiza. LOL, stop with the sleep disorder. Yeah, man, So, you just gotta be smart about the situation. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, like, especially if you are an empathic person or if you're a medium, like going to a job would be like hell for me because any spirits that are coming for me, they're gonna speak to me through the co-workers. I had some crazy stuff happen when I work at Sprint. I don't want to, I'll never do it again. Like, it might be good for somebody else. Maybe you're not as sensitive as me. Maybe you're not possessing several fucking spiritual gifts. Maybe you're not a telepath. Maybe you can't, because I am very telepathic. And it's not that I hear what people are thinking. It doesn't happen that way. It's just that yeah. And to me, especially when they don't want to pay you, and then they start to do things like demote you and treat you bad and crap. And oh God, no. Yeah, some of y'all need to curse or hex y'all bosses because they doing too much. Okay. Anyway, there's gonna be certain symptoms that you're gonna have, and then everybody going to work. Oh, I got corona. You ain't got no damn corona. You just stressed the hell out, man. It's a lot of people that are stressed out right now. Okay. And then you go and you chemically treat it with a pill or something or a muscle relaxer. Okay. And y'all empaths and stuff like that, a lot of y'all need to be doing the same thing that I'm doing. Okay. But if you come out on YouTube, you got to be careful because there's a lot of spiritualists on here that just don't get that the world is abundant. They still don't accept that. They still don't accept that the universe is abundant. So they carry on with these childish games and fights and arguments and crap because they're scared. You cannot be a spiritualist and be scared, man. We need some good. And see, they get scared when I tell y'all that. But they ain't got nothing to do with what you doing. We gotta, you just separate it and let them know, hey, you gonna be all right. And your spirits is gonna let them know too. Spirit gonna let them know too. I mean, it can be entertaining, but sometimes it's like, okay. So, YouTube is a huge platform. There are other websites. So that's why even with all them problems, hell, being working for yourself is worth it. Because that's why even with all the issues and problems that I had, I still stuck with it. Okay. I get dizzy sometimes when I'm in the car because mm-mm. I ain't about to get up every day, fight with no traffic and do all that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They got y'all running around here like rats. Real talk. And I hate it. I hate it. I do. Too many gas emissions, too many cars, tires and stuff, rubbing against the asphalt, fucking up the environment. It's terrible. Pretty soon, cars that are too toxic, boy, they gonna ban them. And cars that produce, oh, I hate cars. And what they do to the environment, especially the way they make them. They need to make them biodegradable and non-toxic. Cars should be non-toxic. So, yeah. Anyway, y'all, I'm just babbling right now. And Babylon is falling, but not in that sense. It's a good sense because, good Lord. And some people, that's okay for them, but you shouldn't have to be forced to. You should be a poet. You should be an artist. You should be painting. You shouldn't be sitting there in some damn building staring at a computer screen going blind. That's sad. Why they even convinced us ever that that was a good idea, especially spiritual people. And they'll say, oh, you just lazy. Yeah, sure I am. Okay. And a lot of spiritualists, they get them disability checks. Hey, can nobody deal with that mess? They got it's a bunch of mess out there. What? Miss T Livingston, see, I told you. Hey, Outer Banks Witch, hello. Yeah, confirmation. Y'all better get on the ball with it, man. Get away from them damn jobs. Y'all gonna stress yourselves to death. I'm doing a healing on myself right now. Just because I needed the extra healing energy. The world has just been in a turmoil. Then with the stuff from that storm over there in Texas, and just a big old mess. Mm-mm-mm. So it just ain't meant for you. It's gonna be millions of people in this world, and see, they can be your clients. I have a lot of different clients that do different stuff. I'm not downing you for your job. Like probably at least half of my clients, they do want to do that, but a lot of them are just like, this is, you know what I'm saying? They're not, they can handle that. You know what I'm saying? If you are a very empathic person, that can be extremely overwhelming. And they'll say, oh, well, medicate yourself. Well, why should I medicate myself just to fit into that? Why can't there be an alternative? Oh, cool. Yes, Saint Expeditus. Yes, you so drained, Miss T. You better get it together. Fill yourself back up. And then you already dealing with the other issues in your life. Some people enjoy doing that stuff. I know I don't. Mm-mm. Start your own business and quit playing around with yourself. Now, Miss T Livingston, you know that I do business startup coaching. I think it's important to get people, especially like me, because if you're a witch or an empath, then that would make you my sister or my brother. Like, you know, that would make you possibly a close spirit. And when you suffer, I suffer because I'll be feeling that stuff. I'll be like, what's going on with somebody now? Dang. And some of them jobs, it ain't meant for humans to do them. Mm-mm. So y'all get out of that. Don't even feel bad. People that are ignorant might say, "Oh, you ain't working no regular job. Are you this, you that?" Just block them out. Block them out. Gone. Gone. You don't know me. You don't know me. Do you know me? Do you know my spirits? Do you know who I am? Do you know what the hell I've been through? You know who I am? Okay. We're gonna leave it at that. Do you know everything? Do you know everything about life? Did you know everything? Did you know everything? You don't know everything, do you? Okay, so then so why should I care about what you're talking about? My goodness gracious, you know. So yeah, that's because they got you in a tailspin. That's why you can't figure it out. Y'all need to do them cleanses and then the crown of success rituals. Those help you connect with your north. The crown of success ritual. So, y'all got to start working on that stuff and keep your job. Keep your job so you can, get your spiritual work that you need. But, I've had people up and running within 3 months or less in their businesses and stuff. Okay. So, and I do private consulting for that, not just on YouTube. You guys can contact me for a private consultation. Okay. 100% confidential. Okay. Better get it together. And they hate it too. They hate when you branch off. Even sometimes your jobs can stalk you. Sometimes your job, like your boss, can stalk you. Y'all ever see that movie Identity Thief or Identity Theft? It was funny. That was a good movie. But that dude was hating on him so bad. Like when him and that Asian guy started that company. I said, dang, that's crazy. So see, if somebody's paying you, sometimes they'll feel that extra power over you. And so, since people are so spiritually ignorant and they're going through their curses and stuff and past life trauma, and that's why you end up having things get taken out on you in those situations. And every damn job you go to is going to be the same, especially if you're a witch, unless you're running stuff. But then, if you're the boss and you're managing somebody, then they want to challenge you too. Okay. And I think the problem with that is that it like you're already doing spiritual work anyway. You're just working an extra job. Like I ain't never all day every day I'm doing certain stuff, it may not even be all day every day. But when you tapped in like that, I do it because of a choice. But if you work in them jobs, you just a body on a stick. You just a body on a stick on a pitchfork being flipped back and forth. You can either my contact info is in the video description box. If you guys need to contact me, you can cash at me and then text me. I'm not really running any specials at the moment, but I did have actually I am. It's 20% off. And so you can get that at Etsy too. That was mainly for returning customers, I think it was that I did a campaign on. I'll have to check and see how it comes up when I go. No, it's 10% off on Etsy. I forgot about that. But you guys can cash at me also. So, and I don't know why corporations, they become very powerful and they almost want you. It's like we want your energy. And it's like, excuse me, I am sovereign. Thank you. The Morgan, thank you. Thank you. Mayat, thank you. And they can't really put those rules over witches either. Gone. Yeah, I am a real witch. I got a mole on my nose and everything. And some of y'all are real witches. Some of y'all, your ancestors are screaming for you to do work. There's other stuff. There's demonic entities that are coming through that are freaking attacking you, and you got to deal with that stuff. You can't just ignore it or pop a pill to get rid of it. Okay. Good morning, J Dub. Hello. So, you know, well, I say that you want to start making plans at least a year or so in advance, and do not tell your job what you plan to do, because they will, it's a fear factor is what it is. It's like an episode of Fear Factor. I'm just like, oh my God, no. And I done got way too sensitive. The older I get, the more sensitive that I get. It's not a bad thing. It's just it is what it is. you know. And I've had very successful positions. It was nice, but the workforce is not for me, and it ain't for you either. 222, y'all make a wish. My spirits was sending me a message, probably sending all of us a message because I looked at the clock right at 222. So, you know, hold on, y'all. Good Lord. So Jacob is still up and downstairs playing. Now, Jacob is homeschooled. He is a witchy child. He's empathic. Sometimes his sleep schedule goes off. I don't believe in setting humans on not okay, hold on. I don't believe in setting some humans on this schedule. And if they can't stick to that schedule, then it's something wrong with them. And see, I'm a moon goddess. So sometimes, and especially with this full moon, my son that boy will be bouncing all over the place during the full moon. We are 3 days, we are in full moon energy right now. And a lot of people be like, oh God, they're not robots. No, we're not. We're not robots. Sorry. So that's basically what ended up happening to where, all of you were sort of going through this transhumanism phase. Yeah. Yeah, Nanique. I haven't really had time. Hey, Thea Lightweaver. Hello. Yes, it's my life too, man. Get on that witchy life for real, especially if you're a witch. People be scared. I'm like, what you scared for? For real? Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, trolls. Yeah. So I was thinking about doing some full moon readings, but then I had some meditation to do for a client. So, you know, I think the best way to start is with the cleanses. The cleanses are so good. In fact, I'm doing a full moon cleanse on myself. Yes, I do cleanses on myself. Yes, I do. So the cleanse will help to clear out a lot of those negative subconscious blockages, and also the other blockages in the other chakras that because it's it blocks your creativity. Okay, all that stuff that they do, y'all be having these jobs working at these companies, it blocks your creativity. Okay, unless it's something that you really enjoy doing. If it's something that you enjoy doing, but if you are a spiritualist that is meant to do Reiki work for people or healing work for people, spirit is definitely calling to you to do your life calling, to do your life purpose. And you don't have to be afraid of it, and then like I said on YouTube, there's a lot of people that have a lot of fears. They scared and they fighting and they like, oh, you're gonna take something from me, paranoia, crazy. Don't worry about that. The universe is very abundant. Okay. And your ancestors are abundant too. So, and I'm talking about your spiritual ancestors, like your witchy ancestors. Okay. So, you just you have to grab the bull by the horns. That's what going into witchcraft is like. Literally, that's what it's like, especially if you're doing work for people. And you need to do work for people because it helps them. And then also it's a part of you. So, because every single person that I help, it's almost like it makes me realize things about self. It helps, so you're connected with that person. And as long as you're doing it with a pure heart and you want to do it for them and you really want to help them, you'll have great results. You know what I'm saying? And it's you got to start somewhere. Those of you that were supposed to, y'all delayed. Y'all was supposed to been undid this. Okay, and I can say that without fear of saying, oh, because I do work for people. Yeah, absolutely. I do offer work for people. A lot of the work that I do is for witches. Probably about 60% of my clients are witches. Okay. The rest of them, they may have spiritual gifts, but having spiritual gifts and being a witch or a warlock or even a healer is different. Even though witches can heal, there's a wide range of them, but people that are readers, they may specialize in reading. And there's some people that can do divination and witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? It really depends. And our readers are very important. Yes, they are. You know, um, and once you tap into that, then the rest is pretty much it's a breeze. As long as you don't get paranoid and start like that's where you take a wrong turn. That's where you took the wrong turn was when you started to get paranoid and you started to get fearful, and then other realities began to collide with yours, and you kind of got led astray off of the path. But you know that's what your spirit guides are for. Like I think people work with me for maybe 3 years at the most. They'll work with me and then they'll just take off, because I'm not here to you don't need me to guide you. Who you need to guide you is spirit. That's who I'm trying to connect you to. But you can't really be connected with all of those bad energies around you. When you let those go and you let it come into you, it is an amazing experience. Okay. So, especially for you witches. Now, those of you that want to start a business, you like, well, Jamila, I want to, I believe in the power of makeup, or I believe in the power of massage. I actually have a lot of clients that are massage enthusiasts. They want to be a massage therapist, and it's nothing wrong. That's because you probably have healing hands. Okay. And so, so you may want to do that. You may want to go and work at a beautiful spa every day. I mean, who wouldn't want that? That would be like a dream job to just go and work with a beautiful spa, and they have these fountains and maybe a Buddha statue or something and some incense going all the time, and it's your element. You know what I'm saying? Um and so that within itself, again, no matter what you're doing, unless you get a job like at the post office or something, you know what I'm saying? No matter what you're doing, because there's a lot of creative outlets, even for witches, because some people are like, well, I don't really want to be bothered with that. I don't want to do work for people, and that's fine, but it's still good to connect with your with your craft, even if you work a regular job or even if you work at a business. You still want to make sure that you have an understanding and a very deep understanding, about it. And then that way you can protect yourself, because when you're dealing with the general public, the general public, they got bad spirits on them. They do. And unless you know how to clear yourself, I'm talking about really clear yourself. And sometimes it can be days and days after even sometimes doing a reading that it takes for me to clear myself of some, of the people. Because if you get a reading, you're still a client. I have people that get readings sometimes 4 times per month. You're still a client. So even though I may not be doing spiritual work for you, a lot of my clients like to do their own work. And they may want to ask me about their work or ask for tips or whatever. So, you know, I do offer spiritual advice to witches as well and spell advice. So, I do a lot of different things. I wear many hats. I enjoy the ritual work, especially in particular the group rituals, because I can really do a lot with that. So we've got Ostara coming up, and I'm really excited about that. So make sure that y'all get in the circle. It's going to be very magical. Okay, especially Easter. And we'll be celebrating that all the way up to Easter, which is going to probably be sometime in April, I'm pretty sure. Or it could be in March. I had to check and see. I know that Ostara is the 21st and the 22nd of March. Okay. A lot of changes is going to be happening with that. So I'll figure out if I'm going to put up some quick full moon messages, but I kind of feel like I may not. I've done plenty of readings. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do a really quick universal reading with like just a few cards for everybody. Because really what it is that, if it's meant for you to receive the message, then you'll receive it. It's not that everybody is, because readings can be subjective. Or is it objective? Meaning that when you get a reading, that when you get a reading and I say, oh my God, there's danger ahead, this is happening. At that moment, you're either already turning that situation around in your head, or you are what was I going to say? You're either turning that situation around already so that it can change, or you're preparing yourself for it. So even if a reading is negative, it's kind of good to, what was I going to say? God dang it. It went, y'all. Probably because it's about that time for me to go to sleep. So I'm going to go. I will see y'all later. Peace and love to y'all. Again, if you guys need me, all of my links are in the video description box below. I'm about to go to sleep because now I've went into kind of a lucid state, which is pretty good for sleeping. All right, y'all. See y'all later.